liked singing and playing with her. I thought our voices really blended well. We could sing just about any kind of thing and make it make sense. To me, it always sounded good. I think it might have sounded good to her, too. And then we began singing here and there, and she just asked me if I wanted to play some shows with her, just like that.
It was probably like this. Hey, Bob, you want to sing some concerts with me? I don't know. And I would say something like, I think it would be a fantastic idea. Hey, yeah, so do I. So I have these shows coming up. Would you like to be part of them? Well, yeah, what He'd come out on the stage, and people didn't want to hear that. I mean, they were there to hear the pristine little Virgin Mary. And then she had one son, and that's how he came. And I was like Miss Dove, saying, now you listen. And then it didn't take long before people got it, that he was pretty damn special. And there was this gold mine of music. I remember the music on my records really taking a leap forward.
Folk music became more important when new songs started being written, and it set the stage for it becoming the component of rock and roll that made rock and roll literature, and therefore made rock and roll an art form.
Love is just a four-letter word. Outside a riding sofa window, catching out for the break of day. Me, I kept my mouth shut too, I had no words to say. My experience was limited, none to pay. You were talking while
I was the singer and he was the writer, and the two of us weren't just two people, we amounted to a minimum of three. But we were in a bubble, and it didn't last.
But I heard you say that love is just a four-letter word. Remember any more about these?
No, I never finished it.
Oh, God. You finished it about 8 different ways.
Yeah. That's a good song.
It's beautiful.
At the beginning was one thing, because I had a sort of claim on him for a while, and later on it was entirely another, and I was just part of the pack. It was not an easy place to be, and the magnet element of him, people just wanted to be part of it, and I was an ass enough to feel the same way.
Yeah.
American folk singer Bob Dylan sat scowling in a hotel armchair last night. In his hands was an iris. Bob, who arrived 90 minutes before his British tour was to begin.
The tour in England was hell. There's not really much else to say. It was just hideous. Partly because everybody was doing drugs, and I didn't understand that.
Out of place, big yard.
And it was really demoralizing, and I was letting myself be demoralized by him not asking me on stage with him. It was just a very unhappy time.
I was just trying to deal with the madness that had become my career. And unfortunately she got swept along, and I felt very bad about it. I was sorry to see our relationship end.
Really good friends on that tour saying, go home. If you want to keep sane, go home. I didn't have the brains to leave. I couldn't leave. And that's just how people get. You know?
Go away from my window, leave at your own chosen speed. I'm not the one you want, babe. I'm not.
Bob suffered under me wanting him to be other than he was. I wanted him to be a political spokesperson. I wanted him to be, out in public and to be on our team. That was my hang-up.
Gather flowers for you constantly, and to come each time you call. A lover for your life and nothing more, but it ain't me, babe. Love are looking for.
If I could just accept him for his songs and what he did and what he was, I was trying to shove him into a mold. And it wasn't until years later that I realized he didn't need to be on the team. He wrote the songs. It was the most powerful stuff that we had in our nonviolent arsenal.
In fact, when you really are serious about wanting to be nonviolent, you don't hold up your sleeve the reserve to maybe shout fascist pig at one policeman or maybe plug somebody.
When she was doing the protests against the draft, she would go to Oakland, she would go to the terminal where they were loading the guys on, recruits on to go to training. And she would stand there and say, you don't have to do this. We have lawyers, we have advisors, we can show you how to try and not become part of this. This is a bad thing. And they would spit at her and kick her and curse her and, call her every name under the sun. And she would keep trying. And every once in a while, she'd manage to pull a guy out of the line. And then they'd arrest her, and they'd take her down, throw her in jail. And she'd spend a couple of days in jail, and then she'd get out, and she'd go home, and take a shower, and have a meal, and go right back to Oakland and stand at the door. She'd go right back.